Song we were talking about being his design, and as a worship team we've been talking about how it's really easy for worship and for dance and for all this to become a job as opposed to expressive worship for him. And we're all guilty of getting into that, and not just us but everybody out there. I know we've all experienced it, is we get into this slump where we're just going through the motions, and that's a terminology that we use a lot, but when it gets to where you dread to come to church, where you dread to be among people that are supposed to give you life in their presence because they're reflecting God and the Holy Spirit, where you dread, we've got to recognize that we've lost our joy somewhere. We've got to recognize that the purity in our worship has gone by the wayside, and we're worshiping out of obligation, you know. And so part of this us saying is, I am his design, is that we do have freedom to express him in whatever capacity that he gives us, and we each have our own expression, right? And you don't need my permission to worship how you want to worship, right? Right where you're at, you can worship however you want to worship in full expression that he's got. So these constraints that we've felt, and a lot of it's self-imposed, at least for me, it was like, well, I can't play that song because I don't want somebody to think I'm performing, right? I can't play that song because I don't want somebody to look at me like I'm trying to show off. And God said, but what are you doing for me? Are you giving your best to me? Are you giving your best to me? Are you trying your hardest? So we're experiencing a shift, and we're getting people in the right places. You know, we've kind of changed up the lineup here, and we're changing up the lineup on the dance. So, and that's going to extend to you guys too, where we just have full freedom of expression in worship, right? So that's kind of the theme we're going with today. So I just wanted us all on the same page as we do these next couple of songs, that you've got freedom to worship him. You always have, but we lock ourselves down. Right? So I just want to bring it to the forefront.